Welcome to another episode of Gonagain. In this video, we start out at Will's house where he shows us his latest project on his ambulance that he's turning into a converted camper. We introduce you to our friend Jeff and his dog Bear. We get to enjoy Jeff's barbecue, followed by Linda's homemade pies. Then we take you to the Rocky Mountain front where the wind is howling, followed by a beautiful camp at Moose Creek. Hope you enjoy it. You guys remember my friend Will? Well, I caught him in the middle of a job here on his ambulance. What do you got going, Will?
Well, I had a lower ball joint that was bad, so I thought, okay, I'll just buy a little kit and replace all the linkage and stuff like that. Bad move. I should have just hired somebody and paid them because it was way more than I can chew. So it's been like 3-4 days I've been working on this, and I'm now assembling just the driver's side. And
is the other side done yet?
Not yet.
Oh, so you got the
Give me 3 more days.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be an expert. But it'll be ready to go, then get it aligned and oil change, and I'm out on the road for some short trips fishing.
That sounds great. Yeah, this is going to be a nice outfit. I did a video on Will's ambulance before. I'll put a link down below and you can see what the inside looks like, all right? But we're going to let him get back to work here. Right now he's fighting with a new grease gun. Well, while Will's reading the instructions on his new grease gun, I'll introduce you to somebody else here. Over here is Jeff and his dog Bear. We met them in Quartzsite a while back. That's Jeff there talking to Linda. This is Jeep Wrangler. He's having some problems with it right now. And this is his trailer. It's a 5x8 cargo trailer, and he'd rather we didn't show you the inside just because it's his own personal space. But it's working extremely well for him. He's got not quite standing headroom in there. And he's got a bunk down one side and a galley across the front. And he's got a good heat. He's got a New Way heater in there, a New Way stove, exactly like what we have in our trailer. And it's working really well for him. So, and his dog Bear, everybody in Quartzsite knows Bear. There's Bear. And Bear watches over this trailer. If you try to go around to the back of the trailer, Bear's really friendly, but that's his space back there. He'll bark at you and keep you out of the trailer. He's a good dog. How long you been on the road?
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years I've been on the road doing this.
Always with this particular trailer?
No, this is a year old.
Oh, what did you have before?
It was a 4x6.
Well, this was stepping up for you to go from a 4x6
yeah, this is just a year ago. I bought this and built it out. So
yeah, 5x8. It's a nice build you got in there.
Yeah, it's very comfortable.
And so you're full-time?
Full-time.
And do you have a home base of any sort? This is your home base?
This is it.
Yeah.
South Dakota residency, you know,
yeah.
But I don't live there, no. Just on the road.
Is there a particular travel route that you follow every year, or just wherever?
Wherever I drive, that's the way I go. I've got no plans. Got nowhere to be.
Yeah.
So just wherever the sun's shining the best, I'll go there.
Chasing 70, yeah? Chasing 70 degrees?
Yeah. So, yep.
Yeah, cool. What's that?
You're supposed to tell me.
Is this part of it? Yeah. Is that part of it?
Yeah. We're going to show you. The lens goes on both sides.
Oh, it's kind of a railroad light or something?
It is a railroad light, but I don't know what kind of railroad light.
And that's brass?
Yeah, it's heavy. I have the other lens, so I have a whole bunch of them.
Take it out in the sun, Linda. Would this be like a crossing or something?
Well, why would it be white? Crossings are red.
Oh, that's right. But that's a lot of cast. That's bronze. It's got the reddish tinge. I think that's bronze. Where did you get this?
Somebody that was a railroad collector that used to work for the railroad. They passed away not too long ago. And they're in the garage. I got 2 of those and a lot of replacement lenses, and then one other lens for another piece.
So you don't know what it is, though, exactly?
No.
Okay, we're gonna.
They thought it was a railroad crossing, but it's not red, so I don't think it is.
Yeah. If any of you know what type of equipment this is for the railroad, would you leave a comment down below? We'd like to know. What is it? Yeah, what's the purpose of it? It's got this nice
And
cage and everything.
lens that goes on the back too.
Yep, lenses on both sides.
Hey, very cool, Will. Thanks for showing us that. Yeah, Will's got a nice place out here. Got a lot of goats. There's a little baby over there. You can't see him right now. He's so cute. He's just little tiny. You got two old horses here. These are seniors. Hey.
Back in the 20s, during the Depression.
Looking good there, Jeff.
Gonna be good.
Jeff's the chef tonight.
Gonna be good. Put that little sweet baby Ray on there. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Montana.
Local bear.
It was pretty interesting. I mean, it was low budget, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, I think we.
That's okay. We'll put it on.
Lemon pie.
Oh my goodness.
Have you ever had it before?
Yes.
I was going to say, okay, come over here. Yeah.
That's a kind of lemon pie, but I wouldn't know how to describe it. Would you guys know how to describe that pie?
I think it's going to be good. People drive 25 miles for this pie.
Well, Linda baked both of these pies, and that's a homemade crust, or the homemade apple pie with a homemade crust. I don't know how to describe this. It's a lemon pie, but it's almost like a lemon bar. Linda made that one too. Well, this is Pishkin Reservoir along the Rocky Mountain front. And we came here yesterday, kind of in the morning, and then I spent the day editing here. Kind of needed a place to hole up for a little bit while I did that. And it's okay, but the Rocky Mountain front is windy. Yeah, the wind buffeting the trailer kept Linda up all night. She's waiting in the car right now where it's warm. It's 42 degrees and it's blowing about 20 or 25 or something with higher gusts. We're heading for a different camping area in the state of Montana today where we should have more shelter from the wind. If you plan on a trip to the Rocky Mountain front, and you really should, plan the weather carefully, because it doesn't always blow like this, just a lot of the time. So you're going to make sure that the weather's going to cooperate with you. Anyways, I'm getting in the car where I've got some hot coffee and we're going to head out of here. Kind of a watery looking sun. Well, what we refer to as the Rocky Mountain front is on the east side of the Rocky Mountains. And there's a lot of recreational opportunities here, a lot. There's lakes and reservoirs, but you can see there's no trees. So it's kind of like open prairie kind of camping. Good fishing though. And on a warm, calm day, the only thing you got to worry about is the bugs. Bring repellent anytime you're around water. Pretty soon Linda and I can finally get out of here. We've been waiting here for her to get done with her eye appointments, and she's doing really well. You're doing better, huh, baby? Another doctor's appointment in a couple of days, and I think he might... No, he's not going to kick us loose at that time. We got a couple more weeks, don't we?
Yeah.
Yep. And then we're going to get out of Montana Spring and head south. Get a little warm. Southward, yeah. And I'm thinking we're going to go southeastward from here. It's a long way to anywhere out of Montana.
Yeah, we don't say how far away a place is in Montana. We say how many hours it is.
Or how many days. How many days of travel is it over to Forsyth anyway?
It's different than Texas, which is bigger, because Texas has the roads. This is a road in Montana that is regularly traveled. This is like a highway road.
It's a dirt road. But yeah. By the way, the speed limit on our dirt roads, 70. You wouldn't want to go 70, but 70 is the speed limit. Be sure and slow down for the cattle grates. They usually have potholes on both sides. There we go. Well, you can tell by the mud and the wheel wells and mud on the front of the trailer that we've been down a few dirt roads here in the last couple of days. We got out of the windy Rocky Mountain front, and there's no wind here now. This is a place called Moose Creek, and we're about maybe 25 miles north of White Sulphur Springs, Montana. When we came in here yesterday, we didn't expect this campground to be open yet, because usually they're not. This is April 27th. They don't usually open up until, around the first week of May sometime. But when we came by the campground, we were looking for dispersed camping, but we saw that the campground gate was open. This is National Forest Campground. So we pulled in, and just after we pulled in, the National Forest truck, the caretaker for the campsites around this area, was pulling out, and he says, well, I was thinking about maybe opening it up today. I says, well, if you do, we sure would appreciate it, because we'll stay. And so he says, okay, I'll open it up. So he did. So we're the first ones in the campground this year. That was awfully nice of him to do that, because we didn't expect it. So we have to be very bear aware, because last time we came here, we saw a black bear as we were pulling in here. So you've got to be really careful. Just be aware. As you can see, there's still snow on the ground, but to be expected. Won't be here much longer. It's 43 degrees right now. And the outfit continues to work out very well. Just spent $3,800 putting a new transmission in the car. I didn't need a new transmission. I needed to fix an oil leak. So I took it in and I told them, you know, to find out what was leaking. They says, oh, it's the rear main seal on the engine. And it was leaking pretty good too. So I says, okay, well, let's go ahead and do it. And they quoted me $1,100 to do that. Of course, that's because you got to drop the transmission in the transfer case, things like that. So I says, well, listen, I says, my transmission's got 220,000 miles on it, so let's go ahead and put in a remanufactured one. But remember, this isn't about a tranny, this is about an oil leak. So please check my pan gasket too. He says, okay. So it took a couple of weeks to get the job done. And they finally finished it up and gave it back to me, and $3,800 later, and I thought everything was fine. But I noticed that I still had the same drips on my garage floor that I had before. No slowdown in the leak at all. So I called him up and he says, well, he says, I told him, I says, did you do the pan gasket? And he said, no. He says, the rear main seal was leaking, so we just did that. He says, well, I'll give you a good deal on the pan gasket if you bring it back. He says, I'll call you tomorrow with a quote. We'll give you a good deal. He never called back. So $3,800 later, and I still have the same oil leak that I had when I took it in. I hate taking my car into a mechanic. I just hate it, but at least I got a new transmission. Needless to say, I won't be taking my car back to that mechanic again, or that shop again. I'll find someplace else, try again. But the trailers worked out really well, and yesterday we got into some really tight spots. I drove up a 2-track that looked like it was going up to the National Forest and came to a gate. Said private property. I thought, why didn't they put that sign down at the bottom where it exited the main road instead of, you know, half a mile up in? So we had to back out. But luckily, we found a place to turn around about halfway out, and real tight. If it wasn't for the fact that this is just a little 6x10 trailer and a single axle, we wouldn't have been able to turn it around to be able to drive back out like that. But little trailer continues to work really well, and it's comfortable for us. We've been buying things on Amazon that just camping gadgets, just to see if they work or not, and trying them out so that you don't have to, just in case they fail. One was a little camp stove that folds up, and it contains the coals really well, and you can grill on top. That one worked out really well. Then I bought a butane stove that you plug one of the less expensive butane cartridges into it. That didn't work out at all. I didn't suggest that you buy that one. Linda says that she's found something on Amazon that she wants to surprise me with, and we're just going to have to see what that is. But it's, once again, it's going to be one of those things that you just don't know if it's going to be a good thing or...
It's called fashion, Rick. Get with it.
So that's an umbrella for rain?
Or sun. Notice the reflective surface.
Really reflective.
Yeah, so it's for out in the desert when you need shade, or hikers. You know, they're out in the sun all day.
What's it feel like having that on?
It's not bad. I feel secure.
So it doesn't feel like it's going to come off your head?
No. Well, there's a chin strap.
Oh.
And it's
Is it heavy?
yeah. Give it a try, mister. Well, you know, I checked out the reviews on this, and everybody loved it. Everybody had the same initial feeling, like, that's stupid. But once they tried it in different conditions, it works.
So is this a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
It's a thumbs up.
Really?
Yeah, you try it now.
Okay.
Oh, hey, it's you.
Yeah, and it's very secure. Weird.
Yeah, and it's big enough that if you are in a ring, covers your body.
Yeah, it actually stays on your head really well. Is it cool?
It was cool because I had my baseball cap on underneath it too.
Yes, I suppose on a hot day, hats are hot. So if it was a really hot day, this would allow a lot of air in and shade you at the same time. I'll put a link down below. Believe it or not, this one's a thumbs up. Folds down really small, super lightweight, a lot smaller than a regular hiking umbrella. You guys leave a comment down below. Something worthwhile, or is it just stupid? I think it's worthwhile. Well, Linda, camera's on you. I wanted to ask you, for our viewers, what is the best thing about this lifestyle?
The best thing about this lifestyle are the people and the friends we make, whether it's in person, on the road, or through our channel that we've never met in person. They become, friends of the heart because we have the same common interests, and when we do meet them, it's like we've been friends forever. We're just old friends. That's the best part. The hardest part is leaving our little granddaughters behind. We're a really close-knit family, if you hadn't noticed before. We do a lot. And our daughters are wonderful. So it's really hard for us to be gone, because the littlest one will call and say, "Grandma, it's time for you to come home." But we've been travelers and roamers and nomads for a long time.
Started out just a week after we got married 50 years ago. Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
We got married in Hawaii, and then we flew to California, bought a Volkswagen bus, and headed down into Mexico.
Yeah, this was when people didn't do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and then after that we got a sailboat, sailed down the coast from Washington State over to Hawaii and South Pacific. And and while in Hawaii, we had a baby, Becca Lynn, and we took her along to South Pacific.
That's right.
So she's got a lot of ocean miles under her too.
We bought a sailboat, restored it. It needed a lot of work. And sailboats, you're constantly working on a boat. You're never done with your work. It's ongoing every day.
Yeah, there's always something to do.
Yeah.
Always. After we did our sailing, we had Nikki, daughter number 2. And
We bought a bigger boat.
bought a bigger boat. And lived on that in Puget Sound area, did all kinds of sailing all through there. And
Yeah. Then we discovered road tripping. We went on a 3-week road trip with a tent trailer, and when the girls were small, and Becca Lynn happened to be studying the Oregon Trail, and during that trip we came across the Oregon Trail, and Becca Lynn started teaching us about the history of the Oregon Trail, and oh my goodness, that really whet our appetites for
Yeah.
Western history, didn't it?
Yep. So here's this, she was like 8, teaching us about the Oregon Trail and telling us where to go, and it was so much fun. The girls enjoyed it, and so did we. And so that put the bug in us.
Yeah, it did. And that's an unquenchable thirst now. We just love the Western history.
And speaking of friends, we lost 2 wonderful dear friends this year. Hobo Shoestring, or Mark Nichols, and also Huckleberry Chris. Good friends that we shared a common thirst for adventure and living freedom. But we lost both of them this year.
We met them both while we were on the road.
But we'll see them again.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Well, this video covered some miles, starting out at Will's house with delicious pie that Linda baked, 2 pies.
Oh, and that's where we met up with Jeff and Bear.
Jeff and Bear. Yeah, another person we met on the road. That's right. Hey, guys, thanks for coming along on this one. Linda just informed me she needs another cup of coffee, so I got to get
Yes.
busy.
Get on it.
All right, you guys. We'll see you around.